welcome to Yoga with Amanda. Today we're going to do a morning yoga stretch. This is a sequence I like to do in the morning after I take a walk, or maybe after I go for a bike ride, or sometimes just when I get out of bed. My lower back's bothering me or my hips are a little bit sore. So today for class I'm going to use, I always say at home if you have a pole, which most of us don't, but if you don't have a pole you can use a doorway. I have an opening in between in my bedroom and a sitting room in my bedroom, so I'm going to use the opening of my doorway. And I'm also going to have you use 2 blocks. If you have a third one, you can grab a third one, and just a regular chair or a yoga chair. So to start, we're going to come to our back and we're going to put one of our legs up the wall or the doorway. And if you don't have a doorway or a wall, you can also do this just against a regular wall too, where you would bring both legs up together. So at the doorway, I can get one leg up the wall and then the other leg right to the inside of it. So I'm using just the opening between 2 rooms, and I have my right leg up the wall. And then my left leg, I like to bend the knee and bring my leg just right against the inside of the doorway or the wall. You can stretch out the left leg, but I usually stretch out my leg, and if that bothers my lower back, then I'll bring that foot back to the floor. So lining up our right ankle, our right knee, our right hip. If you need to let the knee bend, you can let the knee bend. I try to bring the back of my right sit bone as close as I can comfortably get it to the wall. And with my arms, just bring them out to the side. If you need a little pillow for under your head, you can put a blanket or a little pillow under your head. We're going to just start to breathe in and out through our nose. You can close your eyes. Inhale, breathe in through the nose. And exhale, relax your head, your neck, your shoulders. Inhale, breathe. And exhale. We're going to breathe in and out through the nose. Inhale. Just see how the back of your right leg is feeling, right the hamstring, the lower back. Inhale, breathe. Now from here, we're going to bend the right knee and bring your right foot to the floor. Interlace your hands around the shin. And this stretches the front of the leg, right at the top of the hip. And I'd like to try to bring the knee right in towards your chest, so it's not coming towards the shoulder. Just letting it come right in. You can press that right foot gently into the wall. Right, press the inside of the left leg just gently against the walls, keeping good alignment of our hips here. Again, I want you to feel your lower back. And if you go for a walk, or a run, this is a nice one to do after a walk or a run. Sometimes if we don't do a little stretch after the rest of the day, right, maybe your lower back is a little tighter or sore, your hips, it just helps to relieve any tension that you might have the rest of the day, right, in your lower back, right, or your hips. If you don't stretch, inhale, breathe. Now we're going to switch sides. I'm going to bring my right foot to the floor. I'm going to move over a little bit to the right. And if you're in a doorway, you might need to switch to the other side of it. So play with that. And we're going to bring your left leg up the wall. So left sit bone right against the wall. Left heel against the wall, lining up left ankle, right, left knee, left hip. I'm going to bend the right knee, right foot's on the floor. I'm pressing that right knee just gently to the inside, right, of my doorway. Now, the good thing is if you don't have a doorway, or you don't feel like moving to one, you can always use a belt. You can put one foot right in the belt, have the other foot on the floor. So everything I'm going to do here with the wall or a doorway, you can do with the belt. I just like to show things different ways. Sometimes you don't have a belt, sometimes you don't have a doorway or a wall. And this one's nice with the wall, is that your core doesn't really have to do any work here. So sometimes whenever we try to lift the leg, right, our hip flexor has to work, our core works. Whenever the weight of your leg can be supported by something, it lets your core relax and often the lower back relax a little bit easier. Inhale, breathe. Then exhale. Inhale. Then we're going to bend that left knee, so bring the left foot to the wall, interlace your hands right around the shin, and bring that knee straight in right towards your chest. And just feel right top of the leg, even around that knee, front of the hip, the lower back. Bring the inside of that right leg, right knee to the inside of your wall. If you don't have a wall, just keep good alignment of your right ankle, right, your right knee, your right hip. And you can always press the left foot right into the wall, then reach your left sit bone towards the wall or lower back, right towards the floor. And try to relax, right, front of the top of the left leg. Front, I always say front of the hip. Inhale. Relax, right, that lower back. Inhale, breathe. And if one side feels like it's a little tighter, right, or my rotation's a little bit off, I might just hold that side a little bit longer. Now from here, we're gonna take both of your legs up your pole, right, or your wall, or your doorway, right, or just with your belt. You can put both feet into your belt if you only have a belt here. So we're gonna go up, both legs up the wall. We're gonna, now when I first come into this, my hamstrings are usually pretty tight in the morning. So whenever I stretch my legs up and I reach my tailbone, sacrum, sit bones, and I always get a space, that curve in my lower back, which is fine, right? If the hamstrings are tight, it often pulls right on the sit bone. So what I like to do, I'll try to see how much I can straighten my legs, and then I'm gonna let that lower back relax and come to the floor. And I always like to point my toes. I am always amazed at how tight people's ankles get. Right, over the years, we don't stretch, right, our ankles and our feet. We're gonna point those toes and go ahead and pull your toes right towards your shins, spreading the toes, stretching the back of the ankles, keep reaching those sit bones right towards the floor. And we're gonna spread the toes, reaching with the ball of the toes. And then go ahead and relax your feet. Inhale, breathe in through your nose. And exhale. Relax that lower back, right, that space coming into the floor, against the floor. Inhale, breathe. We're gonna bend the knees. We're gonna bring both of the feet to the wall. And I always try to keep my knees pressing together. So I use my forearms to press into the outside of the leg. And you can grab one hand. And that's all you can do really is bring your hands to the knees. They might need to stay right apart. And I'm gonna slide my feet down as far as I comfortably can. I wanna keep right my toes, my feet lined up. I'm gonna reach that lower back right towards the floor, or think of your sit bones reaching towards the wall, and hug those legs, press them together. Right, feel like an outer hip, front of the leg, around the knee. Inhale, breathing. Relax at your head, the neck, the shoulders. Inhale. Now from here, I'm gonna have you let go of your hands, just a little hip opener. So we're gonna bring the bottom of your feet together and take your hands to the inside of the knee and just press the knees gently apart. And I'd like you to also spread your toes. Look at your heels, right? Heels are centered together. While the toes are together, spread your toes, press those knees, right, gently apart. And now what I'd like you to do is also press your knee right against your hands. Add a little resistance. Inhale. As you exhale, relax your hips, relax your legs, gently press the knees apart, and then go ahead and bring your arms down, let your feet come a little bit apart, and let the heels slide down as far as they comfortably can. Inhale, breathing. Relax your arms, right, your shoulders, the neck. Inhale. Now we're gonna bring your feet to the wall. I'm gonna go up one more time, good, stretch up. We're gonna do a little twist. We're gonna drop the knees over to the right. You bring your right hand to the outside of the left leg, reach that left arm over, so you feel across your shoulder, your chest, right into the upper back. Reach that left sit bone towards your wall, right towards your pole, towards your doorway. Breathe. And if this hurts, if you're really tight in the chest or the shoulders, just bring your left hand to your side. Inhale, breathing. And then go ahead and come back up. And we're gonna twist to the left. We're gonna drop your knees to the left, stacking right your knees. Reach that right sit bone towards the floor so you can reach the right arm out, rotating right that right shoulder back. And reach that right sit bone right towards the wall. You can turn your head to the right. Reach that right shoulder blade, shoulder right towards the floor. Inhale, breathe. Reach your right shoulder. Inhale. Now, we're gonna bring your legs back up. I'd like you to go back up the wall one more time. I'm always amazed after I twist how much easier it is, right, to get my legs, my sit bones to the wall. Just see, right, just a little stretch. And honestly, that might be enough for you, right, for the morning. You might be done after that. It might be good to go for the day. Your back might feel better. Just see how that feels to start. And now, if you're good, we're gonna roll to the side. We're gonna come up. We're gonna do a couple of stretches right on the chair. So we're gonna come over to the chair. We're gonna bring your hands to the top of the chair. Bring your feet hip width apart, widen up your toes so your feet are parallel. And go ahead and come down to your elbows. You're gonna bring your forearms to the chair, palms together. Let your head hang down, let your knees bend if they need to. Relax your head, you can shrug your shoulders, relax the neck. So for me, right, this gets now a little more into my lower back, a little bit deeper into the back of my pelvis. I'm gonna move to my middle back, upper back, and even relaxing right my neck, my head, my shoulders. Lifting the toes, lifting the heels, lifting the arches of our feet. Inhale, breathe. Now we're gonna bring your hands to the chair. We're gonna come back into downward facing dog, pressing into the front of the chair. We're gonna walk back. It's gonna stretch more into our sides, right? The sides of the spine, lengthening right our arms, stretching a little bit deeper into the top of the back of the leg, hamstrings, so your calf muscles are feeling. Lengthen the back of the neck, rotate the shoulders out so the eyes of your elbows are turning in. And then breathe into the sides of the body. Inhale. And exhale, maybe soften the knees, reach those sit bones back, to the back of your legs, let your knees bend again if they need to. And I want you to have alignment from your wrist to your elbow, to your shoulder, to your hips. We're gonna walk forward. We're gonna bring your feet together. And just walk your feet forward so you can't see your toes. So your toes look like they're under the seat of your chair. Bring your hands around the sides of the seat. We're gonna set the left foot back. Swing your feet about 2 to 3 feet apart. Make sure you can get that left heel on the floor. We're gonna stretch your calf muscle. So lift your head, reach the chest forward. Hips are balanced to the front of the hips. They're still squared. Maybe lifting the toes. That left calf muscle's feeling. Maybe your right hamstring still feels tight. Reach your chest forward. Inhale. Exhale, relax those shoulders. Now, set your left foot next to your right. We're gonna go ahead and step your right foot back. So right foot, right heel to the floor. Pushing back of that right leg. Reach that chest forward. So the back of the left leg is feeling. Keeping the front of the hips balanced. Try not to shrug the shoulders. Let them drop away from the ears. Reach your heart forward. Inhale, breathe. Exhale. Inhale. Now set your right foot next to your left one. Bring your hands to the front of the seat. Go ahead and walk back again. We're gonna press back one more time. Lengthening again our inner arm. Strengthening that shoulder a little bit. Feel the shoulder blades. We're dropping them together. Reach those hips back. Inhale. Now from here, I'm going to have you come down to your knees. So we're going to take your chair, we're going to put your chair to the side. We're going to grab your 2 blocks. We're going to put your blocks, I have an edge on my wall. If you don't have an edge, it's fine. You're going to put your blocks on an angle so that they're even. And I usually bring the outer edge of my block right to the edge of my mat, or maybe like an inch in. And just look at the top of the block and make sure they look even. Everyone's always afraid they're gonna slip and fall. The blocks are gonna slip when they do this. They usually won't, as long as they're even and they're on a good angle. So we're gonna turn your hands out. We're gonna have to rotate our shoulders out. So your fingers are gonna wrap around the outer edge of the block, your palms coming right to the center. And we're gonna curl the toes up and we're gonna come into a downward facing dog. So we're gonna lift your knees and your hips. You can look at your feet. Be your hip width apart, then I want you to press back and then go ahead and lift your head. Look between your blocks and lengthen the back of the neck. So feel the shoulder head right, rotating out. It's a nice stretch right for that inner arm, for that forearm. You can let your knees bend, heels can be off of the floor, legs can be straight. Inhale, breathe. Just be cautious of how your elbow feels here, right the shoulder. Inhale. Now in between, we're gonna come down to the knees. So I grabbed a third block, an extra block, but you can always grab, if you don't have a third one, you can grab one of your blocks from the wall. We're gonna put the block, I'm gonna put mine on the medium level, and even here if you can just sit higher, you can stack 2 blocks. We're gonna come sit on our shins. If you're comfortable just sitting on the heels, you can also sit right on the heels. This is a deeper stretch right for our ankles and our shins, the top of the legs, right around the knees. And if we're sitting higher with our knees together and our feet apart, it gives you a little bit right of an internal rotation. So hands to the lap, inhale, breathe. Relax your shoulders, right your head, the neck, reach the crown of your head. Think of your posture, right, for the rest of the day. This just brings awareness, right, to our posture, how we're gonna carry ourselves right throughout the day. Inhale. And exhale. Now from here, we're gonna come into downward facing dog again, but this time we're gonna bring your hand to the center of the mat with your fingers curling around the top of the block. We're gonna curl the toes under, lift your knees, lift your hips, feet hip width apart, toes are lined up. We're gonna press back, see how this feels right in your wrist, the shoulders, breathe. Reach those hips back, and then that inner arm, inhale. Scoop your belly in, connecting your low ribs right to the pelvis, to the hips. Lengthen the back of the neck, don't drop your head below your arms. We're gonna come down again. We're gonna bring those knees together. We're gonna sit on our block, or you can sit on the heels. That doesn't bother your knees. Sit higher if you need to. I don't want your knees to hurt at all here. And if you find this is uncomfortable sitting this way at all, you can always just come into child's pose in between and come. That will put less pressure right on your knees with your knees apart and your feet together and the arms to the floor. Inhale, breathe. Reaching to the crown of our head. Feel your shoulders dropping away from the ears to the upper back. Let your sit bones get nice and heavy on your block. Inhale, breathe. Inhale. Now from here, we're gonna do one more variation of downward facing dog. This is a great one, I always think, for runners, because runners usually have really tight hamstrings. And a lot of times we have a hard time straightening our legs in downward facing dog. I know for me, for years, I couldn't straighten my legs. So this, if you cannot straighten your legs, this gives you the opportunity to straighten your legs in downward facing dog. So we're gonna turn the other way. We're gonna bring your hands shoulder width apart and put them on your mat. We're gonna step onto the block. Now, everybody always is afraid to bring their toes off of the floor, but your toes are coming off of the floor. Actually, if you bring your heel to the wall, and then your toes should be off of the floor. And this makes our legs longer, right? So we can usually get the legs straight. We're gonna press back, right, lengthening that inner arm, eyes at the elbows are turning in, shoulder heads are rotating out. Don't drop your head, right, lengthen the back of the neck, reach those hips up, scoop that belly in, press into the 3 points of your hands, the head under your thumb, your index finger, the pinky side of the hand. Inhale, breathe. Now we're gonna come off. I'm gonna have you come into child's pose. So go ahead and come down. Bring your knees a little wider than your hips. Point your toes. Sit back towards the heels. Bring elbows under the shoulders. A nice little stretch. Again, right for our lower back. So your hips are feeling. Inhale, breathe. Relax your head and the neck. Inhale. Now from here, we're gonna stretch the front of the body. So we're gonna come down, right, and lay on your stomach. Now, I want you to straighten your leg, so I'm gonna move a little forward. But also keep your elbows, just a little padding under them on your mat. We're gonna bring your palms together. Go ahead and move your hips a little bit, right side to side. Get that quad muscle, top of the leg, right, to relax. We're gonna lift our chest to stretch the front of the body. Inhale, breathe. Right, relax, front of the hips. Now, if your lower back is sensitive, press the pubic bone, the front of the pelvis, the center of it, gently down. You'll feel like contraction in your glute muscles, and that's fine as long as you're able to relax the front top of the legs. Inhale. And exhale, lifting the chest. Inhale. We're gonna come down. We're gonna put one hand on top of the other. Go ahead and lay on your cheek. Just bring your cheek to your top hand. Relax your shoulders, your head, the neck. Inhale. Now switch your hand, put your opposite hand on top. Bring your head to the other side, bring your cheek to the top of the hand, but you switch the hand that was on top. Inhale, breathe. Now, bring your hands right next to the chest, curl the toes under, press into your feet. Go ahead and come up. I'm gonna have you just come and sit, right, with your legs crossing. So go ahead and sit, right, with your legs crossing. We'll bring your hands, we're gonna bring your hands with the palms down, right? In the morning, especially whenever we start a class, I'd like you to root and ground yourselves. And hands to your knees till you're seated, right, sitting posture. Inhale, breathe. Inhale. And go ahead and bring your palms together in front of your heart. Tuck your chin to your heart. Take one more breath. Inhale. And exhale. So, namaste. So hopefully you feel energized and stretched out and ready to get on with your day. If you enjoyed my class, please subscribe on the button below and click the bell next to it so you will be the first one to know when I add a new class. Have a great day.